Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, broadcasting on Channels Television, live from Lagos. Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai has appointed former Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant General Martin Luther Agwai, as chairman of a committee to recommend ways of ending the security threat in the state. The governor in a statement explained that the committee is part of the government's multi-dimensional approach to find lasting solutions to the killings in the area, which have continued since the post-election violence of 2011. The committee is to identify the social, political and economic factors responsible for the existing conflicts and advise governments on measures to be taken to address them. The committee has 30 days to complete its assignment and submit its report. On Thursday, 13 people were killed and 15 others critically wounded in two separate attacks in two local government areas of the state. In the meantime, the police in the Federal Capital Territory has been speaking on its efforts to keep crime and criminals out of the nation's capital. While parading some suspects at the command headquarters, the FCT Police Commissioner, Mr. Wilson Naligu, said his men have raided trouble spots within the city to ensure that criminal elements are not harbored within the capital.
We are looking at every place, looking at the IDP camps, looking at areas that are known to harbor criminals. And the strategy we have put in place is working. In Nyanya, very interesting, the cemetery there we found to be an area that is usually habited by criminals. We carried out a major operation there. We arrested, I think, 7 individuals, and we recorded items that they had just snatched. So now they are not able to carry out their criminal acts because if they attempt, we catch them.
The collaboration between the Nigeria Police and UK Department for International Development DFID appears to be yielding results as one of the communities targeted for their pilot security project reports crime has reduced in the area. After the open day gathering of members of the community at Isokoko Police Division in Lagos, the coordinators promised better police operations in the community.
These are market traders, transport operators, artisans and members of Isokoko community in Agege area of Lagos. In spite of the heavy downpour, they are here at the open day gathering of Isokoko Model Police Station. Those in charge of the project explained that the intervention has been more of a gain to the community.
Community policing is different from modern the original policing because there is no dictator, there is no boss, there is no servant. The open day is just for us to have the public, to let them see what we're actually doing, what community policing is all about.
We're building community policing partnerships to make Isokoko a safer place. So we've introduced a number of different practices really. It's not a brand new police station, but the people inside it, the police officers inside it, have been given some extra skills to develop them and how to deal with the public. So we have the suspect register in place here so that the suspects are given human rights. We have a divisional intelligence unit. We have a family support unit now, so victims of rape and domestic violence are treated sensitively away from the public area. And we also have a community safety partnership that covers Agege.
For others present, the exposure to police operations through the scheme has boosted the community's confidence in the police as an institution.
As a community member, we know all the nook and corner of our area. So once we have the access to come direct to the station, so we report to the police. That sort of thing is happening in some area, in our area.
Well, it's worked fantastically well to the extent that you start feeling the difference right from the doorstep. Here, they don't have a counter, they have a reception with a flat screen television you will feel like you're in somebody's office, the corporate office. For the first time, I saw a police station where they do crime mapping. That way, crime management becomes very easy.
The community policing program in Nigeria is handled by the Justice for All program and funded by the UK. The community policing program in Nigeria is handled by the Justice for All program and funded by the UK Department for International Development, DFID. 6 states and the FCT are to benefit from the project in Nigeria. Isokoko Division, which is the pioneer station, kicked off its family support operations in August 2011.
Away from security, the Edo State Governor, Adams Oshiomhole, says the states are not alone in the difficulties being faced in paying workers' salaries, as the federal government is equally in the same dire situation. Speaking with Channels Television, Governor Oshiomhole pointed out that the federal government is only able to pay its workers with borrowed money. He says the current crisis could have been avoided if his warnings were not dismissed by those managing the economy.
When analysts and commentators allude to the fact, which everybody can see, that many states, maybe as much as 2/3 of the states, are not up to date in payment of salaries, allowances, and other obligations to their workforce. What is not often stated is the fact that the federal government is just in the same bad shape. The only difference is that under the immediate past Minister of Finance, they have borrowed rather recklessly in trillions of naira to meet the wage obligation of the federal government. If states have access to CBN and to command the CBN governor to provide funds, however unfairly, to do the sort of thing that the federal government has been doing, the federal government should have defaulted for more than 6 consecutive months. So the correct valuation of the view, therefore, is that both federal and states, many are unable to meet their wage obligations within their legitimate income. Every year, the federal government, under President Goodluck, with Okoje-Iweala as the finance minister, borrowed in trillions of naira, both in domestic sources and foreign sources, to meet not capital projects, to meet recurrent expenditure. I have said this to various electronic media, and I have said so in print. At the National Economic Council meeting, I have confronted the minister face-to-face on these facts. So if you say, why are we just seeing it? Maybe at that time, people were too busy watching simulated D3, D4 visuals in electronic and in the print, that the real hard facts were lost. And whatever anybody said was viewed not for its weight, viewed in political terms. And so even if some of us were making noise, we were just making noise because we are opposition. But the truth is there.
Edo State Governor Adams Oshiomhole. For more on that interview with the Edo State Governor, please watch View from the Top on Monday at 2:30 p.m. Earlier today, hours of heavy rains in most parts of Lagos resulted in flooded roads and overflowing drainages. One of the areas affected by the downpour is the bypass leading to Omole Phase 2 Estate on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Vehicles were held for hours in the gridlock caused by the flood.
Flood, the outcome of hours of heavy rainfall in Lagos. Motorists try to hastily make their way before they get stuck in the heavy flow of water that covered the 3 lanes on one side of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Many are quite surprised at the size of the water seen there for the first time. Because of the magnitude of the flood, none of the motorists is patient enough to talk to our crew. They concentrate on getting away from the scene. The flood is said to have been worsened by blocked drains and an overflowing canal. In the past few weeks, Lagos has witnessed flash floods in most parts, causing panic by residents, especially those living in flood-prone areas. And it does seem that more of these may be seen in the coming days as more rains are expected.
Still ahead on the news at 10, find out what you need to know about the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome. That's on Focus on Health. Just stay with us.